this huge summer camp, and I was just fed up with everyone there. I was fed up with the whole Jewish thing there, and I was fed up with, I don't know, just everything. And so I made my own bong, and I found some weed. I got some weed from some guy that came up and visited one day. And
2 years ago in Supposed Torah, I was with my friends. No one ever forced me to smoke pot. I knew that one day I was gonna do it, and like that it was just in front of me and it was there. So I did it, and I liked it, and I did it again, and I liked it, and I started doing it a lot.
I was like in 9th grade, and everyone was like older than me, and I would always hang out with everyone that's older than me, and everyone that's older than me was always doing drugs. So I just got influenced, and then before I knew it, I was like addicted.
Kids are curious. We were all curious at the time. And like, why not? It won't kill us, so why not do it?
I'd pop a Valium, I'd snort an Ativan. You know, at night I'd pop an Elavil. And like, sometimes like when I would get my friends, like I'd take like 2 Valium, like a line of Ativan, and like drink some beer, and that was it.
There are so many parents that have Xanax, Ambien, Ativans, Klonopins, Lortabs, Vicodin, codeine. There's everything, anything. Like if a parent just got a surgery, they are gonna have Vicodin in their closet. If a person's parents or grandparents are having cancer, they're gonna have Oxycontin. If a parent has sleeping problems, anxiety problems, Ambien for sleeping, anxiety, Xanax.
It's basically weed. I did cocaine a few times.
And I was doing all this at a yeshiva, like, and at a Jewish school with rabbis and everything, and I was learning and praying every morning, and at the same time, I was snorting pills.
Parents would know if their kids are at risk if they're always in their room locked. If the parents don't know who their kid is hanging out with, if they're acting weird, if they have mood swings, if they usually don't wake up in the morning.
Just pay attention. The one thing I could say to any parent, teacher, rabbi, mother, father, whatever, brother, sister, is like, don't blow it off and say it's probably just a phase or something.
Parents should just be more aware of what their son's doing and just watch out for them and care for them more and ask them and confront them in the right way and ask them nicely instead of like going and screaming at them, because that's just not the way to do it.
Parents need to listen to what their children have to say or what they need. When kids get to something that they finish, they had a goal and they made it to that goal, if the parents would just be like, wow, you're doing really good, Adam, we really appreciate it, or like, that was amazing.
Message for rabbis to help kids. Basically to help them just be nice, say good Shabbos, say hello, how are you doing today?
If I was a rabbi and there was a kid who, like, I wouldn't see, who I saw was not religious, I wouldn't try to make him religious. I'd be like, just take one step at a time. Like, just, you can, even if you keep like 2 hours of Shabbat, it's still like doing something. You don't have to like keep the whole entire thing. And no one's going to judge you if you like break Shabbat. It's up to you and God. So if you keep just like a little of anything, then it's good. Like, if you choose a kosher restaurant over a non-kosher restaurant, then that's good.
I do believe that the rabbis like want the best for us, but they don't know like what the best is, I guess.
I think the rabbis should just talk to them, be friends with them, take them out to coffee one time and talk to them and open up and ask them what the problems are instead of judging them for not wearing a kippah. And ask them, instead of saying, why aren't you wearing your kippah, why aren't you wearing your tzitzit, why aren't you religious? Ask them, like, is there any problems that I can help with? And just try to relate to them. Be their friend. Not a person that's always trying to, like, judge them and sit on top of them. That's not going to help.
The rabbis never noticed when you were, like, depressed or on drugs or using or, like, suicidal, but they noticed when, like, you're not wearing a kippah or whatever.
I wanted a teacher or somebody to help me instead of kicking me out of the school. And I was just scared that if I would have opened up to anybody, that they would have screwed me over. I didn't trust anybody at the time.
Rabbis can't help me right now. Rabbis cannot help me with anything right now. It's too late.
I mean, if I could tell all my teachers, like, one thing, it would have been that I needed you to look at me as an individual and to, like, understand where I was coming from and trying to see me as an individual and not as just another kid in the class, and to try and help me progress through that way, like to just, you know, just to try and help me, like, even one-on-one, even if it was for, like, 5 minutes at the end of class, like, once a week or, like, once a month even.
Most of the time the teacher said, just do this and this and that, due by tomorrow. I didn't want that. I wanted him to explain, to help, to show me what to do.
Instead of giving up and saying they're a lost cause because we're not Jewish, does not mean that I don't believe in God. I do believe in God. Like, I just have a problem, addicted to drugs. Like, help me out instead of saying I'm a lost case.
To kids who are struggling, the best thing I could say is don't push the help away.
I'd say to other kids, if you're going through pressure or you're going through stress and you want to use something just to take you out of, just to take your mind off things or take you to a different place, like escape reality, and you're thinking about, like, dipping your feet in the water, you're just going to end up going swimming, and in the long run, you're probably going to end up dying.
Smoking, it's not going to help you. You just have to deal with them. You have to talk to your parents or whoever you're having those problems with. You actually have to talk. And if your parents aren't going to listen, then you talk to one of your friends. Find a good friend. Make a friend.
Doing more drugs is not escaping reality. It's putting you in a bigger hole. And you're getting yourself into deeper and deeper. It's going to be harder to get out. And the only answer is just to open up, try to get... I can see myself hopefully being in a good college and helping kids out, telling them my life story, what happened to me.
In 5 years, I want to be myself and I want to be successful. I can see myself talking to people, maybe a psychologist.
In 5 years, I want to be someone who works for himself. I want to be a person that people can look up to and know they can come to for help or reassurance or whatever, and, like, not be afraid to go up to.
I want to be a businessman in 5 years with a lot of money. I want to be a guy who is helping other people. I want to give a lot of charity.